Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Northern Jack, and today we're playing as Denmark, and we're going to be restoring the Kalmar Union. So we're going to be taking Norway and Sweden and creating the Kingdom of Scandinavia. It is not a hard thing to do. There's probably a few videos out there already on the case, but I thought I'd give my take on it. And it's not a very long video because we should be able to do this by 1939 before the Germans invade. I have done it previously. Didn't take us that many attempts. I have been able to replicate it 3 times, so hopefully straight through this video we'll be able to do it the first time around. So first thing you want to do is set your national focus to continue the Kanzler Garde Forleg. I might be butchering that because I'm not Danish, but I do apologise if I am. And I will be building civilian factories in these areas here. So one in Sjælland and two in Finn. In terms of research, we're going to get the industry basic machine tools and construction level 1. Obviously going to get the engineering as well because that's quite important to have. And we probably want to basically produce some subs and convoys. I'm going to make the convoys the priority over the submarines. And we are quite a little bit short on steel, so I'm going to just import from the Russians for the time being. Right, so that's everything in place, and we can get started. You don't want to do anything with the military just yet. It's not really important, so they can just sit there doing nothing. Denmark's in a bit of a sorry state as it starts out in 1936. I mean, it's only got 35,000 in the military. Military's not even fully, strength. Doesn't really have any equipment or anything like that. It is a little bit short on artillery. So we're in a pretty tough predicament, especially if the Germans are on your doorstep. So once we've got that, we want to get the agricultural subsidies. Now, the reason we're going for the agricultural subsidies is because we get that monthly population plus 10% and a civilian factory, which also adds Danish produce, which is nice. You also get the construction speeds as well. Nice to have. But the economic crisis is the main reason we're doing it, is because we don't want to lose population, 10% a month. And the next thing we're going to do is devalue the krone, because we have a debuff on our stability, and we don't want to lose stability needed for our political power. So at this point, mainly it's just waiting for the focuses to be done. Because there's only like 2 military factories, we can't really do anything. And construction-wise, because of our import, we've only got three civilian factories, so it's not the best start for Denmark. But it's a little bit tedious at the beginning, but once we get rolling, it should be good and a little bit exciting. So Germany's remilitarised the Rhineland. Got plenty of time yet before they actually decide to come for us. And the thing I will mention is, once you create the Kingdom of Scandinavia, Germany isn't after Denmark, it's just after the land, so it will still get a war goal against us and everything. So it'll not change that. It'll not bypass that for them. We'll get the mechanical computing because we need the research speed. Right, so as soon as we've got the agricultural subsidies, we'll move on to the krone. There we go. We'll devalue the krone. We're only producing about 5 guns a day, which is good. Right. Now we've got a bit of political power, we want to get the Landsbrugminster. I didn't realise that we could have got him a bit earlier because he was a bit cheaper. But we'll get him because the monthly population goes up and consumer good factories goes down, and we'll get support for the unaligned, which is what we want because we put the king in power on this run. So we need the support for the unaligned to be above 40%. So he's a good little starter for that. Right. Too many things getting done at once, actually. We'll do industrial investments because we get a civilian factory, and it also adds a few bonuses to the states, so that's good. And in terms of the research, we want to get the dispersed industry because, well, I like that one particularly, but when the Germans do actually attack you, they're going to be bombing your land to back to the Stone Age. So you will be needing dispersed industry to keep that retention on production. Most of the people will probably already know this, but thought I'd highlight that fact again. So yeah, Denmark, not the most exciting nation at the beginning, but yeah. Right, we've got our construction, and we can't go down that route because we don't have the. Well, we have a debuff on it, so we might as well get the into artillery because we're going to be using that for a little invasion. Right. Our next thing as well is going to be public works because we're getting another civilian factory. Need as many as we can get just to get to this construction as fast as possible. And another thing we're going to do is get the. Where is he? Lost him. There he is. The rearmament proponent, because we get that recruitable population, war support, and our conscription laws go down. I'm not worried about the conscription laws at the minute because there is a focus that changes that to limited conscription automatically, which is. Oh wait, no, sorry, it just adds volunteer force. That's fine. So we don't have to worry about changing the laws just yet. So we'll save our political power there. And it is going to go up anyways because of that political advisor we've just got. When it's up high enough for roughly about 8,500, we'll probably want to go and train another infantry unit. And once we've done the public works, we're going to go straight to the army. Because that'll just naturally increase by itself because we've still got our political advisor doing it. Right, so we've got our public works, and as I said, we'll go straight to the army, sign the Overs Forleget. I don't think I'm going to attempt these Danish words again because I think I'm butchering them. But we get the one military off the map factory, so that's great, and political power and war support. Plus, it changes our neglected military around a bit. See, we've got quite a lot of debuffs there. And we can start our production of artillery actually, so a lot better for us. Go into war artillery. Fine. And we'll probably want to start researching construction. It is a little bit ahead of time, but fine. Sign that, and we'll expand the army. So we get the change of mobilisation speed, we get more manpower, support, and it adds the volunteer only. So that's saved us a bit of power. And so we got our industrial magnate as well. We need him to basically knock out as many guns as we can. And we'll train another 2 infantry units because we've got the power. Get dispersed industry and improve machine tools. Get that production up. More guns. It seems a little bit rushed once because everything's starting to come off at once, so it will seem quite a little bit rushed at the beginning. We also need some trains, I forgot to mention, logistical support. So we've expanded the army. And at this point, actually, probably just want to reaffirm the neutrality. Getting there with our online party. And once we've got 100 political power, we want to get our army commander, which is Eric Vith. Don't particularly like the other two. I mean, yeah, the division training time goes down, but it's not really a bonus. And the division organisation, it's pretty much negligible anyways. So I wouldn't be bothered with that one. Eric Vith, you get at the beginning of the game anyways, so I just think he's the easiest one and the best one to go with. That little bonus of 10%. Get him now. And then we'll unify the right. Gives us that little boost in popularity of the non-aligned and the political power. Another thing is with this system, it goes up in military spending, so you get more military bonuses the more down this route you go. And the other route gives you more civilian bonuses as far down you go, so infrastructure, civilian factories, stuff like that, railways. It is a bit similar to the Ethiopia system. I quite like it. It is a different take on ordinary nations. So that's quite a nice little addition they've added, Paradox. I will get the limited conscription as well, because obviously more manpower is necessary. Right, so we've unified the right. We want to gather the Conservatives. Uses support of the Social Democrats. And with our political power now, we probably want to start criticising our preparedness and getting this up a little bit higher. The army looks like it's people. We need about 75,000. What I remember. Do one of the focuses we need. Yeah. Are we fine? Yeah, we're fine not to. Well, right, so we will. Oh no, we only have to do the one. We'll get that, definitely, because that's what we need now. And we probably just want to defend our chosen path as well. We want to get this as high as possible. Right, and research-wise, what have we got? We definitely need to improve the equipment conversion. We'll be swapping equipment over. Don't want to lose that production efficiency. It should be done shortly. Probably build another few, actually. So you're in the army now. Right, we're over through the government. One of the things I will note was that he moves out your political cabinet because he ends up being the leader of the country. You do get him for free once we put the king in power. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run straight to the king in power. Nice bit of political power, stability, and changing aligned. The reason why we can do that is because we've got more than 40% aligned. And we want to get some fuel storage as well, because we're needing that for the Navy. Using that to help support our naval invasion. Right, we've got our dispersed industry. And we'll get support weapons. The defensive bonuses. How's our troops coming along in training? Getting there. Right, so the king's assumed power, which is fantastic. Another thing I will say is we probably not that one. We probably want to start getting more military factories in the fold. So the best way to probably do that is by going down here. We need to basically change our industrial capabilities because obviously there's too many debuffs on it. And we still need that 75,000 in the army anyways before we can declare war on Norway. But I will kickstart the process by having our land and invasion already prepared. And being the AI, Norway is not going to do anything about that because we don't have any justifications on them. So they're not going to be bothered or interested at first. I'm going to move our navy up here. Also going to change that and put him in charge. To have Vedel in charge of the navy. And the king's in charge, so as I say, we're going to put Canute back in for nothing. And we're going to get partial mobilization and change the thing to extensive conscription because all the troops we get. The next thing we're going to be building is factories. How long does the game think it's going to take? 510 days. Take a lot less than that if we get more factories on the job. We'll get offensive doctrine for him as well. Has really poor attack as a field marshal. Right, we've got our field storage. Get that yet. And we might as well just get the truck because we need that for supplies. Right, so we've connected the islands and we want to reorient production lines because we get a civilian factory as well as the removes a few of the debuffs on the output. That as well. Since we can't still do that, we probably want to get the fuel refining. Man in the army. Got enough yet? Still quite shy. Probably just going to deploy them just so we can get the numbers up. Start researching our first planes. These are quite helpful additions, these companies to the game, with the little bonuses you get from them, but they are a little bit annoying, I've got to admit. Right, so now we've got reoriented the production lines. We also want to go and grab, strengthen the military industries because we get another 2 military factories. Our output's also increased, so it's better. Stability is down at the moment as well, so if you can, you probably want to improve worker conditions. It does have a slight impact on the output for the time being, but it's worth it in the end. I'm knocking out enough guns now. That's going to take less than half. Right. In terms of army experience and doctrine, I like to go with superior firepower just for that soft attack, especially when we are invading Norway. You do that damage and do it fast. We're going to get our two factories here, stick them both on guns. Go, and if we can, still can't do it yet, deploy them. That's fine, that's fine. We will probably want to get the Harran organisation just for the army to get the bonuses for them. So we've got our trucks, we want to get our support weapons. Next thing will be our infantry weapons as well. Not interested about that, we'll just see, yeah, upgrade it. Five factories, 8 guns now. And we probably start producing trucks. Right. Gonna let that run a little bit because we've only got 4 days worth of training we need to do. And we don't lose that stuff, so we want to do the Scandinavian security. Things I will do is increase our war support though. Probably not. I don't know why our war support's so low. Strangely. Definitely do that one just to get the war support up for the time being. I'm going to deploy these troops, get them ready for the coming battle. Probably want to start training them as well. Right, and we should be able to get our artillery expert. Going to help us do more damage. And the next thing is we want 3 cavalry regiments. Got our planes, but that's fine. We'll go down the infantry equipment anyways. Not interested in the planes at the minute. The armoured cockpit. Right, there we go. And we can get the Scandinavian security, which is what we wanted all along. Right, get our next one, which is delay, so more organisation. Yeah, so it should be fine then. And what else have we got? We'll probably want our army logistical expert as well. Right, so once we've done Scandinavian security, we're going to go and reclaim Norway. So we're going to get our little bonus there. I'm going to stop doing the training. And we'll create our own faction. So we don't want to not create that because we still have the neutrality if you say it's not the right time. So leave that as it is. We obviously want to have them on naval support for when the war starts. We should all be prepared really for when this war kicks off. And we should be in the surplus of guns. So once we get enough surplus, we'll start producing other things. Also going to get rid of these deficits of iron so that we're not struggling. Right, our support weapons. A little bit early with them, so we'll just go and research our light machine gun for the planes. And we'll do the same for the CAS. Right, we should have a decent enough invasion force. I don't think Norway has a big military either. They're struggling with manpower. See where they're at. Yeah, they still have obsolete armed forces, so that's good enough for us. The engineering skills. And the one thing we forgot was the army logistics plan, because Norway doesn't have a very good logistical landscape. Just deploy them, because we need more guns as well. Visions. And obviously need factories. Right, so we'll reclaim Norway and we're going to declare war straight away. This should launch our invasion. Yes, it has. Our troops have landed. Right, now they've landed, we're going to create a front line. And we'll get these to join that front line as well. What we definitely want anyways, is capture these points here. Oslo. I don't know why, but it only... There we go, we're taking most of the land. And we can't really research much else, so we'll just get the fuel refining. Definitely want to take that port. Yep, and then we can deal with that. We should, technically speaking, be able to get through the Norwegian forces easy enough. At this point, you probably want to get the expand den Kongelige Guard. As I said, I can't speak Danish, so excuse that. But that gives you the bonuses of attack and defense on core territories. Should I'm going to just try and get round the back of him quickly. I've got a light MG. Good. We still can't research any of them just yet. Probably our best bet would be our logistics company. And we've got our bombs as well. Get engines. And we need more troops to jump in the fray as well. Put them in. Definitely don't need that. Tell you what it is, we'll just put on forced attack. doing it to take Oslo. Should have it, I think. Yeah, so we've got Oslo now. And we'll get our production of guns up again. Our next tactic will probably be getting more of these. So we'll capture that and capture that because they've retreated. Oh no, I thought they did retreat, but never mind. So we've got our logistical supports in the area, so it's fine. We're able to push these Norwegians back now quite easily. Just keep doing the forced attack approach. And I think they're due to capitulate quite shortly. That. I think we should. Might have lost a couple of ships there, did we? Oh no, just convoys. Yeah, so by this point we're actually starting to do a little bit of damage. Research our next guns. And we'll want to put more divisions into the mix. So 6, and we'll have them sit here on the border with Sweden. And we'll just keep getting them to push further north to Trondheim if we can. Not what I want, actually. Right, fantastic, we've got that. We'll get our next artillery as well. Get the artillery. Just to crush these. So we've expanded that. Fantastic. Got another one. You also want to... Yeah, we'll start getting secure the Swedish steel. Just do the forced attack just to finish the Norwegians off. Right to that wild defence. And we'll get 10 factories with guns because that's the only thing we seem to be losing at the minute. I believe if we take this, Fredrikstad, they might actually capitulate. Have not. So close to capitulating, but we should have them by the end of this year. Right, so they have, yeah, thank God for that, they have actually capitulated. Right, so we've got Norway. Did lose a unit in between, but that's fine. We'll take that. So Norway is ours. And we want to put our army on the board over here. Bothered by that, actually. The escorters. 6 divisions. Create a new army. Stick them here. We're obviously going to have them on an attack order as well, just to create a little bit of confusion for them. And always be able to get well for our army. Cut the supplies. Yeah. supply issues. And we're going to just want to create this little area here. So we'll not have that. We'll allow the Swedes to attack us first. But Sweden doesn't really have an army per se, so you can see it's a bit sparse on the border. They've got some units based up here, but at this point in the game, they don't really have anything. Get the hydraulics. Can't invest in the Turks, unfortunately. If you want by this point as well, we'll start adding sort of boats to the mix, so you can add around about 5 here. You can put 5 on there as well, and Aarhus. Just any of the ports, because the fact of the matter is the Germans will decide to try and hit these landing areas. So it's best to start preparing now because they will invade by the end of the year. Right now we've got Swedish Stale one. We can declare war on Sweden, and they've got no protectors, so that's fine. We'll just declare the war. Our troops should. I'm going to get them to take it out aggressively. We might as well get them to do it as well. So yeah, we should just start taking them pretty easily. At this point, you can probably just sort out your aligned interests. Got our artillery. And we'll just get on to construction 3. We've got another military factory as well, so we'll probably just stick that into artillery because we're going to put that in the main army at the end of this. Well, that's what I would do anyways, but we're going to complete the Kalmar Union pretty quickly. And we'll import some oil. I think the Navy probably doesn't have to do what it's doing, so we'll just send that back at base. So yeah, we'll take Malmo. And we'll try and surround this unit quickly. Didn't work, but we are taking Sweden pretty easily. You know what it is, I'm just going to get them to rush into there. Not bothered about Northern Norway. Take Gothenburg. Uddevalla. Right, got a fuel refining. Dispersed Industry 3. Yeah, so by this point we are just sort of just walking through Sweden pretty easily. And we'll get them to push in as well. So there we go, we've taken Marland. And the Swedes are about halfway to capitulation. Still got a lot of time before we go to war with Germany anyways, and we need to get the economic mobilisation strategy for the population as well as the consumer goods factory. Take that port, and then we'll just march on Stockholm. Try and end this war as quick as we can. Uppsala, Galve, so we've got our guns now, it's fine. Probably just want to research that by the time the war kicks off. So we're Sweden at now, like 25%. So they're taking Falun. Believe but to take these might capitulate. Where are we at? Yeah, 23%. As I said, Sweden doesn't really have much going on. And how far are they? 22%. Well, they've taken a little bit of land back, that's alright. As long as they've got no more troops left. Charge on the way to there. Get these troops to do the same. Taking all of southern Sweden, except for that island, which we can't take. And we'll just do the same thing for them as well. Charge north. By about July, we should really have been able to form the Kalmar Union. Getting a bit more support. Did get the upgraded guns, didn't we? So that start knocking out more of the. Yeah, we've decimated Sweden's army pretty easily, and we're just going to take this settlement. Swarm behind them. Finish them off. There we go. Sweden's capitulated, and we just want to basically select all, submit our demands, confirm and exit. And lastly, we can take our decision to restore the Kalmar Union. And there you go, you're the Kingdom of Scandinavia. Our total manpower then skyrockets. So I'll just, for example, I'll just put these back down here. And I'll put these here. Just sort that out. Wait a minute. So there we go. 800,000 in the army. We can now build as many troops as we want. Well, I wouldn't say as we want, but we can build quite a lot of troops now. We've got access to all their factories, all their support now. So once they're repaired, actually, that should be the case. But we've got, yeah, so there all the military factories have landed. We've now got 29 instead of 18. And we've now got 38 civilian factories instead of the roughly 16 we had. So that is basically how you create the Kingdom of Scandinavia. Now, your next problem would be to fight Germany in the historical mode. And if you're not in historical mode, you might be able to go down the other route, which is restore the North Sea Empire and proclaim Nordic unity. You can probably do that one while you're at war with Germany. I wouldn't suggest it unless you're a really good player, but I definitely couldn't do that myself. But I thought I would show how to do the Kalmar Union because it's, well, it should have been a lot easier than that. I've made a bit of a clumsy video on it, but yeah, that's what I've done. That's how I've did it. There's many ways of doing it, but you just sort of just want to follow that way of doing it for my video anyways. But yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope this has been some sort of help in any fashion. I'm not the best Hearts of Iron 4 player, although I have got 500 odd hours on it. But I hope you've enjoyed it. As again, thanks for watching, and please leave a like and subscribe if you really did enjoy it. And I'll see you on the next one.